Welcome back, you beautiful people. This is How to Suicide. The suicide no-hander, super intimidating name for a trick to learn, but it's both simple and nerving at the same time. Confidence is key when it comes to just gripping that saddle, letting go of the handlebars in the air. But first, let's go find a suitable jump to learn this trick. Follow me.
So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Know it might be hard, 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute.
Too big. Too small, too small. Oh, here it is. I found the perfect jump to learn the suicide no-hander on. Let me break it down for you on why this is the perfect jump. Reason number one, it's a tabletop. It's big enough for all the hang time I need, which is key. You need a lot of hang time because you want to have enough time to set up to let go of your handlebars. Now, a question is you're probably saying is, why can't I just learn this on a small jump? Well, the reason is the small jumps are harder to kind of commit to letting go of your bars and extending them. You're going to be rushing that trick. You don't want to rush this trick. You want to jump up into the air, have quite a bit of air time so you can clamp your saddle and let go of your bars, which I'll explain later on in this video. But first, how do you approach this jump? The key is to be comfortable with the jump. Now hit it a few times to dial in that speed and be comfortable with said jump behind me. Now the key is when you come into it, it's exactly the same speed as you were to do a straight jump for the suicide no-hander, which brings me on to technique. Oh. So you've nailed the jump. I've nailed it. The key setup for the suicide no-hander is about gripping the saddle with your knees. Now, if you don't do this, the bike's going to drop away from underneath you, and that's not a good feeling whatsoever. So let's start off with seat height. Saddle height, it's all about getting your knees hooked into this little curvature of the saddle. Being a bit too high, obviously, is not so good when it comes to jumping. It'll just buck you over the bars. If you're on a dirt jump bike, having the saddle really low could potentially also be a little bit harder to try and grip it, because you'll be trying to grip it with your calves, especially if you've got small calves. It's not going to work. You want to try and get it up into your knees so you can hook up into here so you can grab the bike so it doesn't actually fade away from you in the air. Like I said, it's not a nice feeling. Now, to kick it off, let's jump the tabletop a few times, getting used to just getting up into the air, setting up and sliding your knees and hooking your saddle and seeing how the bike feels in the air. So you've hit the jump a number of times. You've got used to and you're confident with gripping your saddle with your knees. You know the bike is not going to just fade away from underneath you. You're confident with that. Now this next step is letting go of the bars. Again, confident. I know you can do it. Even if it's just letting go of your fingers and letting the grips ride out in your palms, just like that. That is one step closer to letting go of the bars. Now, in some cases, you probably find that you will let go with one hand, because your dominant hand does not want to let go. And it could be your rear brake, because this is the one that I struggle on getting off the bike, because this is my safety, the brake. So just remember, fingertips, doesn't matter, and then slowly, it's a progressive thing, you start to drift out. So from here, you can go out like this. You don't have to go like this. Easiest way is to go off the grips like that, and you come back to the grips like this. So it's a gradual thing. Keep going, and then full extension. Remember, let the bike kind of level out in the air like this, and that's when you know you're confident, where you've gripped the saddle and that's when you can start to extend. Front wheel high is fine, you're still learning, but you'll learn how to just let the front end fade away slightly to get the arms fully extended and then back to the bars. Let's break it down into a few easy steps. Step number one, find the perfect suitable jump for you to practice on. Remember, not too small, but not too big, somewhere in the middle. Get used to the speed of clearing the jump, and remember the same speed applies to the suicide no-hander as you were to jump it straight. Step number two, saddle height. Make sure that saddle grips in between your knees. You don't want to be too high, you don't want to be too low. Get comfortable in the air, grip in the saddle, and make sure the bike doesn't fade away underneath you. Step number three, you grip in the saddle, now it's time to release your hands from the bars. Remember, this comes with confidence. Be confident. Even if it's a small, gradual progression thing, it's perfect. Your confidence will build. Step number four, enjoy that stunt. Impress your mates because it is an incredible trick. It is scary, it's intimidating because of the name. But anyway, hopefully this has helped you out, understand the techniques on how to do the suicide. Hopefully you can enjoy practicing this out on your own trail. If you are struggling, let us know in the comment down below because I'll be quite happy to answer some of those comments. I'll see you next time. See ya!